rise as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Remain standing as the color guard signs the Bloom-Carroll alma mater.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Dagger Law, The Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Interface Video Productions Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. I'm Jared Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker, and down on the field, Marion Royster. Tonight, we open our broadcast season at Carl Fell Stadium at Bloom-Carroll High School, where the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs host the Hartley Hawks. And Tim, let's jump right into it with our pregame, brought to you by Personal Touch Party Rentals. Carol and Eric Whittington would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events in Lancaster. They're a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio area since 2003. They would love to help you plan your next event, weddings, special events, even corporate events, all with the Personal Touch. They can be reached at 740-689-6991. As always, you had a chance to talk to both coaches going into this contest. Bloom-Carroll comes in 0-1, Hartley on the other side 1-0. What are the thoughts from both these coaches on this tough matchup in week number 2?
Well, talking to Coach Birchfield at Bishop Hartley, they come off a tough season last year for them, 5-7.
Yeah.
Had a lot of youth. That youth is now in seniors. And they're big, they're physical, and they're fast. So those are good ingredients to have a good football team, and Coach Birchfield knows that. He also likes playing a tough schedule, and they do play a tough schedule. They beat a very good Big Walnut team that has personnel. I know one of their linebackers, I believe, at Big Walnut's going to Ohio State.
Now, for the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs, they had, we could say, the misfortune of, for the second year in a row, opening up with Harvest Prep. And, boy, that's a well-oiled machine. In week number 1 was Harvest Prep.
Yeah, it's a tough thing, but it's also good for your team. You find out where you stand. And I think, Jared, last week they had a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Not to take any away from a good and well-coached Harvest Prep team. They made a lot of errors that set them up for touchdowns. And plus, Bloom-Carroll is retooling. They're reloading. They graduated 6 of their top 7 defenders from the line through the linebackers, and you're looking at about 400 tackles involved there.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so you got to replace it, and people got to perform. And the first time when you go out there, it's a little bit of a learning experience, but I think you're going to see the Bulldogs just continue to get better and better.
Let's go down to the third member of our broadcast crew, Marion Royster, down on the sideline. Marion, beautiful night for high school football, and they've certainly come out here on the home side of Bloom-Carroll.
Yeah, they sure have, Jared. You think it was week 1. It's actually week 1 for us, but week 2 for the high school season. But excitement is just as strong. Of course, it's going to be a warm one here tonight. Temperatures, heat index being over 106 the last couple days obviously affected some of the preparation for both teams. But tonight's going to be a little cooler. Still will be pretty hot, so hydration always a key thing. We'll see what happens, Jared. Looking forward to it.
Just about set for kickoff here at Bloom-Carroll High School. The kickoff tonight will be brought to you by Sheridan Funeral Home. Sheridan Funeral Home is proud to be supporting high school football. They've been servicing the communities of Lancaster and Fairfield County for over 100 years. As the teams make their way out to the field, it'll be Bloom-Carroll wearing all purple with the white helmets, and the Hartley Hawks in the navy blue pants, the white jerseys, and the blue helmets. And meeting with the officials at midfield. And I tell you what, I think this is the second year for the new turf here at Bloom-Carroll, and looks really nice.
It looks fabulous. Got a great facility here now. Really built it into a campus.
Yeah. Looks like it will be Bloom-Carroll to receive the kick. So kicking off for the Hartley Hawks, their special teams unit out there. And speaking of special teams, that's one area that Coach McKinney really wanted to focus on in practice this week. Yeah,
they had a tough week last week, Jared. Had some mistakes on the kicking team, with the punt unit. And there are 3 phases in football: offense and defense and the kicking team, or the special teams as we call them. And if you have trouble with the special teams, it's going to create problems for those other 2 areas. So they have to really clean that up tonight.
For the Hawks, it'll be Connor Bjornson to kick it off. Back deep for the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs is Broden Bishop, and also back there with him is Jace Rockwood. Both those guys are playmakers. Anything can happen. You can't really, when you're kicking off to those 2 guys, it's tough to keep it away from one of them because both of them can make something happen.
Well, Bloom-Carroll has a lot of talent in their skill positions. It's just that their front line is really new and young, and it's going to take a little while to become cohesive. But they have a lot of receivers and backs. They've got kids who have skill, and Ethan Thandanavong is back again this year. So, they've got a great nucleus to get better.
And we are underway here from Carl Fell Stadium. The kick is short. Will be taken over on the far side by Broden Bishop. He bobbles it, picks it back up, got some running room to the near side, and brought down to the 35. So really, after what could have been disaster, not a bad return.
Well, and say something about Broden Bishop. Jared, we saw him play last year, and he really played well at the end of the year. I called him their Swiss Army knife because he did about everything for them. But Coach McKinney said he's gotten bigger. He's 6'1", 190 pounds, and he is really one of the keys to them having a successful season.
Bulldogs led at quarterback by Ethan Thandanavong, the junior, 6', 190 pounds. And, of course, back behind him, Dylan Armentrout, the Army commit. And really they want to focus on getting him the ball more. And here he is right off the bat. And not a lot there, right up the middle. Going to be stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a loss on the play. First hit made by number 8. That's Dimon Cook for the Hawks.
Well, Hartley's going to be aggressive. Coach Birchfield made that very clear. They come with pressure. They're going to try and beat the people up front, and you got to win. If you're going to be successful, you got to win at the point of attack. So for Carroll, that's a big focus tonight for their offensive line.
And we will get to those keys to the game after this play. 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Thandanavong will reset Michael Stevenson from the right side to the left side. Once again, here is Armentrout around the near side. A little bit more running room this time. Wrestled out of bounds right about the 41-yard line. Keys to the game tonight, are brought to you by North Body Shop, providing quality customer service, parts, and reliability since 1979. Owner Mark North will provide you with a free written warranty on each estimate. That's Mark North of North Body Shop. He'll treat you right.
Well, I think for Bloom-Carroll, we already kind of talked about their special teams, but overall fundamentals, Jared, they've got to be better in blocking and tackling and doing simple things. You're not going to out-scheme a lot of people, but you can out-execute and outplay them, and I think that's the biggest thing that they need to do to have a good ball game tonight.
3rd down and 4 here for the Bulldogs. Be big if they can convert here in their first drive. Thanavon looking to pass. He's got his man. That is Broden Bishop on the reception in the first down across midfield.
Yeah, Broden's, you're going to see him more as a receiver this year than we did last year also. But, and I think the key for Hartley, Jared, is trying to get Carroll off the field so that they can use their powerful blocking offense.
We're seeing the replay. Marion, what a great play that was by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, really great play. Nice throw by Thanavon, and also a great play design. When you get as much pressure as Bloom-Carroll's seen the first couple weeks, moving the pocket around for the quarterback, getting him out in space so he has some extra time to throw is crucial.
Thanks, Marion. We are having issues in our ears hearing Marion down on the field. As on that play, a really good job again. This time it was Armentrout on first down, picking up 6 or 7.
That's a great first down play, Jared. 7 yards off your right side of your line.
2nd down and 3 for the Bulldogs. Bishop goes over to the right side with Armentrout flanking Thanavon to his right. Thanavon looking to pass over the middle. Tipped. He had a man out there. It was Carter Cornelius. But a good job defensively. And there's a Hartley Hawk down on the field over on the far side. Seeing the replay here. See if we can see the man that's down, that was down momentarily, was Fidelis Simoja. He was the one that tipped the pass. Great defense by him.
Yeah, he made a really good play on the ball.
Yeah. So 3rd down and 3 now. 3 receivers to the left side with big tight end Michael Stevenson right there closest to the line at the 40-yard line. Good look into the helmet there of Thanavon. Looking to pass, another screen pass. This time out to the left side. Armentrout breaking tackles. He's got the first down.
Well, see, that's another way you can get him the ball.
Yep.
That's a quick pass, Jared. Get him the ball out in space, and you see how good he is with the ball. Watch right here. Missed tackle, and he's got that toughness.
You're not going to be able to bring him down just by bumping him.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, you're not going to go to West Point and play football if you're not tough.
That's true. Tonight's replay is brought to you by Dagger Law. We've already seen some good ones tonight from this Bloom-Carroll offense. 1st and 10 at the Hartley Hawk 30-yard line. Thanavon will hand it off. There's Armentrout. Quick little first jab to the right to gain 1 yard on the play. And I think he's going to have to come out of the game for a play. Lost his helmet.
Yeah, that was a good cutback, but an excellent play by the Hartley defender right there, Jared, to make sure he didn't get any further.
Yeah. Let's go down to Marion again. We'll see if we can hear him this time. Marion, they've done a really nice job, especially on that screen pass. We've seen it twice now on 3rd down.
Yeah, they've done a really nice job, guys, especially, understanding that getting some pressure, so much pressure from Hartley up the middle, it might be better to be a little east and west, at least to start, stretch the defense out. And they've done a really nice job on the count, some of those sweep plays, and also on the screen pass you just saw.
And we've got you in our ears now, Marion. You're sounding great.
All right.
2nd down and 9 for the Bulldogs. Thanavon looking to pass. Had just enough time to get it away. He's got a man down there. What a job on the catch by Jace Rockwood. He went up over top of the defender, Julian Elliott, and just brought it down. Watch this Dagger Law replay right here.
It's a great play on the ball, Jared.
Yeah.
He just made a great play.
It was not bad defense.
Not at all.
Catch.
That was Coach Birchfield's biggest concern, though, is the passing game because of all the talented receivers they have. And Thanavon, he throws the ball to anybody.
Yeah.
He spreads it out.
Great job by Rockwood hauling that one in. 1st and goal for the Bulldogs. Armentrout stands to the left of Thanavon. 8:26 and counting here in the first quarter. First drive for the Bulldogs, and they're into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, I like that call. Against aggressive defense, they're going to react to the first movement.
Yeah.
He tucked it, faked it, and tucked it himself. Good call.
That's got to be very, very encouraging for Coach McKinney and his crew to take the first drive down the field. They converted a couple different third downs to put it into the end zone.
It's execution, Jared.
Yeah.
You know what? You look at it and you take 3 minutes and 42 seconds off the first quarter clock, too.
Can't beat it.
Yeah, you keep your defense over here.
Trayton McKee's extra point up and good, and the Bulldogs lead it 7-0.
27, Trayton McKee's extra point's good.
Watch this.
Yeah, see the fake right there?
Yep.
Then he just cut back in. He's athletic enough to make that play
Yeah.
for 2 yards. I really like the call there.
So, Tim, let's talk a little bit more about what these coaches had to say. Of course, you know, we mentioned that Coach McKinney was concerned about their special teams. We're going to get to see that right here. But how about for Hartley? I mean, this is a team that, you know, their record last year, 5-7, but that is a better team than 5-7.
No, they won their first round of their playoff game against a pretty good New Lex team, and they went down there and clobbered them pretty good, and then fell to Steubenville in the second week. No, Coach Birchfield, I mean, when you look at this team, Jared, and you talk about Hartley, they have been in the OHSA playoffs 14 of the last 15 years. And that says a lot right there in itself, along with 4 state championships.
Yeah. Oh, by the way.
Yeah, by the way. So you're playing a top-notch competition here, Jared.
Yeah.
It's offsides.
Yep. Carroll had a guy offsides get across the line before the kick was contacted. Bryson Winbush will be back for the Hawks, as well as Fidelius Imoja. Good to see he's feeling better. He tipped a pass earlier and went down awkward and stayed down for a minute, but he's right back up and in there. One guy you're going to want to pay attention to on offense for the Hawks is Robert Lathan. Just a sophomore, but boy, he's built like a man. 6 foot, 6 foot 210. He runs hard.
And he's gotten a lot of interest from people above the high school level, and the people I've talked to that watch football and see it have a lot of praise for him.
McKee, booming kick all the way down to the 4-yard line. It'll be taken by number 15. He's coming up the near side and finally knocked out of bounds just before midfield. A good return there by Bryson Winbush.
Yeah, somebody for Carroll got out of contain here, Jared. I didn't really see the number right away. I was trying to watch the blocking situation, but you can't give up that outside lane contain.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a great field position for Hartley.
Absolutely. Going to start at their own 49-yard line for their first offensive possession.
Now, when you watch Carroll, you got to remember 6 of the 7 front 2 lines, the linebackers and the down people, are replaced, Jared.
Yeah.
So it's going to look a little different, but they've changed defenses also, where they're going to go with more of a 44 look.
Pitch out. Going to come out to Ryan Perry. Perry around the left side and gets about 5 or 6 on the play.
Yeah, Coach Birchfield talked about, running the wing T, that last year they tried to do some other things to help some of their players, and this year they're back to more of the traditional, the quick pitches, the ball. You see them lining up here trying to create a little tempo, and he feels their depth is really, really is good and could be a factor tonight.
Matt Galick, the quarterback, a sophomore rather. A couple sophomores in the backfield with quarterback and running back.
He made really good decisions last week against Big Walnut. Like I said, that's a very good team that they beat last week.
He'll hand it off. That is to Lathan. And he's close to the yard to gain, but maybe a tad short. 3rd down and just a couple.
Well, they've got good size on their offensive line. You can tell even from the from our eyes, Jared.
Big 3rd down right here defensively for the Bulldogs. Here comes Lathan. Lathan has the 1st down and more. Still on his feet, breaking tackles. I don't think they're going to catch him. He's to the 10. Good block at the end, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
What a run.
Really good job down there by Ryan Perry. He was at about the 5-yard line and gave him a block enough to get him into the end zone.
Yep, finished it off. But he did a great job of running through bodies and tackles, Jared.
Marion, you're right down there field level. Man, I tell you what, that looked good from here, but I bet it looked even better from right where you are.
Oh, it looked incredible. Very impressive. And Lathan, I was so impressed to see him coming into this game. Just a runner that really runs well behind between the tackles, behind his pads, has incredible vision. And Fisher, I hope that Bloom-Carroll is really locked in because they're going to have a long night with him.
Yes, they are. Bjornsson's kick is up and good. And just like that, we're tied up at 7 with 6:44 to go in the first quarter.
Well, again, the special teams set him up, Jared. It was only a 51-yard drive, so you just got to get better in all those areas. But watch the replay here. Watch how many bodies and arms he runs through here, Jared. Like 1, 2, over
3,
somebody, 4, and now he's off.
Now watch down here as Ryan Perry, right there.
Yeah, good job of leading the way.
Yeah.
Yep. Mario knows a little bit about that downfield blocking.
I did plenty of it, especially in college, guys. I tell you what. No, but in all seriousness, it can really make or break. Running backs, breaking a big play or getting pushed out after a 20, 30-yard gain. I mean, it's so our receivers coach at OU used to impress upon us so much. You don't take that play out. That's just as important as you catching a 40-yard bomb.
Yeah.
You've got to put that same kind of effort in it and really block downfield. And, at the end of the day, it's really just effort.
And tonight's first half scoreboard sponsor is Buckeye Automotive Family. The Buckeye, Honda, Nissan, and Toyota dealerships would like to wish all the local athletes best of luck this season. Learn more at buckeyecars.com.
Got to go back to what really set up that short drive. We say short drive, it was only a couple plays, but what set it up was once again a nice return on the kickoff.
Yeah, when you have a short field to go, I tell you, there's a statistic out there, and I don't have it available to me right now, but talking with many of the football coaches, that there's a really low percentage of high school teams that are able to drive the ball 80 yards.
Yeah.
So it's big.
Right.
You got to keep people away from the midfield area.
So the Bulldogs get a chance to go back on offense, try to answer that score by the Hawks. Once again, back deep. Broden Bishop and Armentrout back there with them this time. Bjornsson's kick will go to the side of Bishop, and looked like he was going to let it go, but it was staying in bounds, so he picked it up late and only gets back to about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, I could read his mind right there, thinking it might go out of bounds.
Yeah.
Then you get it to 35, but you know what? You can't take a chance either because it's a live ball.
Quick, yeah. And in fact, last week against Harvest Prep, they had one they kind of let bounce around, and Harvest Prep got it.
Yeah, and it was like ended up at the 19-yard line of Bloom-Carroll, and that's no way to start playing defense with a younger defense either.
So the Bulldogs have their work cut out for them on this drive. We'll start at the 13-yard line. Tied up at 7 with 6:39 to play in the first quarter. Thanavong brings them out. Keep in mind, this is a Bloom-Carroll team that replaced almost everybody on that offensive line.
Oh, yeah.
And so that first drive that they have has got to give that line some confidence. I mean, they did a nice job.
They sure did. I believe Jaden Ball is back.
Yeah. Handoff up the middle.
Hartley's going to be physical and fast.
Armentrout again lost his helmet. That's twice we've seen that. So he's going to have to come out for another play. Marion, how does that happen? I can remember having to pull out on the ear pads to put it on. And there's no way that thing could just fall off.
Well, that's true, but again, you got to remember, helmets are a lot different from when you and I played, Jared, 20, 30 years ago. But yeah, even then, things can happen. A lot of times guys don't really have the trench strap as buckled. It's not as comfortable. And when that happens, it can lead, sweat, especially on a night like tonight. My goodness.
So 2nd down and 10, no gain on first down. Thanavong looking to pass. Nobody there, going to tuck it. Still looking. And going to be wrestled down right about the 10-yard line. A short loss on the play.
That's a good job of not forcing it when you don't have anything, Jared.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good just to get out of bounds or eat it. Good decision.
So it'll bring up a 3rd down and 11. And we've got a whistle. Somebody else having to come out. for Bloom-Carroll. I think he's got equipment issues.
Got to get some
Tristan
super
Ruckman.
glue for those
Yeah.
guys, you know? Keep those
Tristan
helmets.
Ruckman comes out.
Yeah.
And Braden Spencer was ready to go. He jumps right in there to replace him.
Here
Thantanavong.
comes pressure.
Again, back to pass over the middle. He's got Stevenson, and that's enough for the first down.
I tell you, that's another guy that Coach McKinney spoke about. He said he's a big player. I mean, what is he? 6'4", 210,
And you
something
know,
like that.
I know Michael Stevenson. My son
Yeah.
Gavin went to elementary school with him. He was always a soccer player and basketball player growing up. He was always huge.
He's got
Much
nice.
bigger than what? A nice catch right here.
He's always got nice hands.
But he just recently started playing football, and he's really taken a liking to it,
Well,
and he's got the body for it for sure.
And Coach McKinney said he can do a lot of things because he's not just a blocking tight end. He's
Yeah.
a receiver, as you just saw.
But you know my son Gavin. He and Michael were like best friends in elementary school, and Gavin's on the opposite end of that growth chart from where Michael is. On first down, handoff left side. On the run this time, it's Bo Sherman. Couple yards on the play.
Armentrout's still out of the game, by the way, guys. I'm not sure
Yeah, I
if that was a
noticed
little
that.
more than an equipment issue. He may have been a little banged up. I see him stretching there on the sideline. Not sure. Maybe a cramp, who knows?
Also still out is Tristan Ruckman, who came out when they were backed up at the 10. He's being looked at by the trainer, taping up a finger, it looks like. Thantanavong, dump pass behind Stevenson this time, incomplete.
Well, I tell you, Hartley's not going to give him time. They're coming with pressure almost every time, Jared. Watch right here on the replay. They're coming. Now, this is a good job of getting rid of it quick. Behind him.
Yep, just a little
You
bit
said.
behind him.
Yep. Got put in his belly.
So third down and 8. 3:29 to play in the first quarter. Tied up at 7. And Thanavong has more time. This time he's got a man. It's complete to the 49. He's off to the races. They're not going to catch Bo Sherman. Sherman into the end zone, touchdown. 76 yards on the touchdown pass from Ethan Thanavong to Bo Sherman.
Well, Coach Birchfield's nightmare is coming a little true here on defending the pass.
Yeah. What a beautiful pass. Led him perfectly, and Sherman just got behind his man and took off.
I'd like to see, did he come out of the backfield?
I think he did.
Which is more difficult
Yeah.
to defend.
McKee's kick is up, and it is good. As we see the replay here. Yeah, he did. Did he come out of the backfield?
I don't know if he had him in the slot or he came out of the backfield, but whatever. That was definitely a big mistake by the Hartley
Yes, it
secondary.
was. Yep. Tell you what, though, Donovan Tucker, he may have been burnt immediately, but he did a nice shot. He hustled back. He tried to do everything he could to catch him even to the last yard line, but what a job by Bo Sherman and Ethan Thanavong on that pass.
Well, they got to find out now, see if their defense can respond.
You know what will also go unnoticed on that last play, guys, number 72, Jaden Ball, we were just talking about him, took a cheap shot behind the play.
Really?
Downfield, yeah, and good for him. He kept his composure, didn't respond, just walked off the field, did make a gesture to the ref like, you're going to call that? But again, keeping his composure, not putting his team in an unfortunate situation after a big play like that, kudos to him.
14-7, Bulldogs on top. McKee's kick, a high kick, will be taken at the 5-yard line. Once again, it is Bryson Winbush, and Winbush again with a pretty good return up to, looks like the 34-yard line. So the Bulldogs 2 for 2 on their drives. See what the Hawks do here. They had a nice run last time by Their big running back, Robert Lathan. He's got his big fullback, Ralston, or Zhang, in front of him. That's who takes it this time. Whoa, he took a hit.
Sure did.
But he's still going to pick up about 6 or 7 yards on the play. That was Joseph Zhang.
Well, I think Tristan Britch got him pretty good there on that hit. Yeah. Tristan's the leader of the defense. He's the only linebacker in the front, he's the only player back of the front 7 defensively. Yeah. It's like, how are you?
Yeah.
Welcome to my level.
Yeah. Joseph Zhang is a freshman. Man, he's big. 2nd down and 4. And maybe a busted play there, but Bryson Winbush going to pick up the 1st down for the Hawks.
Yeah, that's that little inside counter that when you run the wing T, you try to get, but like you said, the timing, timing wasn't great, but it was good enough to get a 1st down.
Right. Britch again on the stop for the Bulldogs. Big crowd on hand here at Carl Fell Stadium. Their first home game of the season.
Well, that's the first look for this year's team following a state runner-up finish, Jared.
That's right. This time on the carry, it's Aaron Shoemate, and Shoemate with a nice run all the way up to the 40-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Tell you, what's impressive about the Hartley backs is not only do they have some speed, they have some tough running, Jared. They're getting tough yards. They do not go down easy.
So 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. Hurrying up to the line of scrimmage. Clock under 2 minutes to play in the 1st quarter. With the Bulldogs on top 14-7. Gaelic turns, hands it off to the big fullback again, right up the middle. That's Zhang. And he's going to be gang tackled right about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, when you know this from watching over the years, when you get 4 or 5 yards in that wing T on that 1st down, that sets you up.
Yes, it does.
And I know that's one of the goals that Bloom-Carroll had defensively tonight was we got to put Hartley in down and distance situations where they're not as comfortable. And this isn't it.
Right. 2nd and 6. Winbush goes in motion.
Good job right there.
Time, I believe, again, that was Shumate? Yeah, they have Lathan out this drive.
Well, we look at last week, Hartley only threw 8 passes. Now, he was very efficient.
Yeah.
He completed 6 of 8, but they're not going to put it in the air a lot, Jared.
3rd down and 5 for the Hawks. Big 3rd down play right here. Pitch out to Shumate again, and a good job defensively by the Bulldogs over on the stop. Was that number 11, David Mullen? Yeah, it was.
Really good play on the edge out there. Watch right here. Watch how quick he gets to this.
Fights off the block.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Hartley blocker did not get him where he needed to get him. Yep.
4th down and 5 for the Hawks.
There's that inside handoff.
Stuffed again. No, he's still on his feet. He's got the 1st down, and he's out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
Wow.
Wow, these guys are good at getting out of tackles.
Well, yeah, you got to be a little more physical defensively and a little more aggressive on your tackling techniques.
Guys, you know, when I was watching a little bit of this Hartley's game in the previous week, Winbush was one player that I was really, really impressed with.
Yeah.
A lot of athleticism, and again, the toughness. You know, we saw him break off the long kickoff returner in the game, and that was just a huge play right there. Again, refusing to go down. Just really, really nice play, and just another wrinkle in the Hawks offense that Bloom-Carroll needs to be prepared for.
David Mullen comes off the field. He was shaken up a little bit. I think he might have just gotten the wind knocked out. You see at the end of the play there, it looked like the running back's knee went into his midsection.
Yeah, and he was walking. The running back was walking a little gingerly himself. So a good high school football play right there. They ran that little counter, Jared, and you know, just gave him enough room. And as Marion pointed out, he's not only quick, he's tough.
1st and 10 for the Hawks. Yeah, you see down there on the side, Mullen holding his ribs. Hopefully he'll be all right.
Yeah, you know, Coach McKinley talked. He likes their depth, but their depth they have 32 sophomores in their group.
Wow.
They're just young.
Lathan once again in the backfield.
Here you go.
Gaelic to pass, rolling out to the near side. He's got his man. Once again, that's Winbush. And that's going to be laid head out of bounds, I believe.
I don't know. Did you think it was late?
I didn't think so.
Personal foul. Defense, number 21. Half of this to the goal. First down.
Wow, that's a big one. Let's see it here.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I don't know.
Nah.
I don't think he was intentionally lowering his shoulder. Or
Nah,
anything.
there was. That's one you let go, I believe.
Yeah, I think so too.
Guys, I thought the previous one on Woodbush was later than that one.
Yeah. Here's Gaelic diving for the goal line. I don't think he got there. He's inside the 1.
Number 12.
2nd down. No, that was Lathan, the running back. Quick handoff. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter. The Hawks, as we begin the second quarter, will be knocking at the goal line. They'll be inside the 1, 2nd and goal. Some other games going on around the area tonight that we'll be checking some scores of. 1-0 Lancaster on the road for the 2nd week in a row, playing a mid-state league team at the 1-0 Hamilton Township. And checking that score right now, Lancaster leads that one 8-7 early on. It's 0-1 Fairfield Union on the road at my alma mater. 0-1 Megs playing their first game at their newly turfed football field. Bern Union 0-1 at 1-0 Portsmouth Notre Dame, making the long drive down to Portsmouth. Amanda Clear Creek got off to a good start last week. They're going to be on the road as well. They take on Unioto. Liberty Union is at Lakewood tonight. It's Adena playing Fairfield Christian. Millersport's at Van Loo. And then tomorrow night, Fisher Catholic will be at Tuscarawas Central Catholic. So all of our local teams, except for Fairfield Christian, are on the road this week.
Well, we're fortunate we had this option to have a game.
So we'll see if there are any scores. Actually, Lancaster and Hamilton Township, it's 7-7, not 8-7. Fairfield Union leads Megs 14-0. Unioto leads Amanda 6-0. And 0-0 Adena and Fairfield Christian. Bern Union and Notre Dame, and Millersport Van Loo. Lakewood leads Liberty Union 7-0. 1st and goal, or 2nd and goal for the Hawks. Once again, it's Lathan, and he might be stopped. I think he is.
That's what you want to see out of your team. You know, they may score, but you want to see some fight.
Tristan Britch, once again, getting in there on the tackle, as well as Bo Sherman. 3rd down and goal. I think he lost half a yard there. Look at that I formation behind the quarterback.
Power I.
Yep. This time, Lathan is into the end zone for the touchdown.
And we got ourselves a football game. Number 12,
Robert Lathan just powers it in out of that power I formation. Makes it 14-13 with the extra point upcoming. Bjornsson on to kick the extra point. And, they almost blocked it, but it is through and good, and we are tied up at 14.
I'm surprised he got it through.
Me too.
From the view
That
here.
was close.
Yeah.
Marion, was it as close down there as it looked right here?
It absolutely was, and I tell you, a lot of it, I'm sure, had to do with the pressure that they felt that the Bulldogs were able to bring. I've been very, very impressed with Tristan Bertram. He's playing like his hair is on fire out there. Made a couple plays. We just saw the one at the goal line. He's going to be a player and a key cog in this Bulldog defense for the rest of the season.
We're glad you're along for the ride with us once again on Interface Video Productions high school football season. Our crew tonight down in the truck, pushing all the buttons, making things work. Bob Campetti and Josh Messerly, as well as Shane Messina and Donnie Ziegfeld. On our cameras tonight, Jim Spires, Jason Roush, and Tom Russo, the best in the business. And this is year number 31. And right there is Jim Spires. 31 years for Jim. And Shu, I guess it's, 25 for you said?
25, yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, but Jimmy's middle name is IVP, you know.
There's a look at Tom Russo, our field camera guy, and there's Jason Roush, midway up the bleachers, as the kickoff is bobbled and then just fallen on at the 25-yard line. I believe that was that Rockwood? No, Jet Jones falls on it.
That's fine. You just don't want to make a mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's play smart. Listen, one of the things that happens, too, in football, Jared, especially from week 1 to week 2, is you make a lot of improvement usually.
Yeah.
I know Coach Birchfield talked a lot about eliminating pre-snap penalties, which we haven't seen that, and offensive situations where they're not in long down and distance. And so far, they've been very efficient.
Right. So tied up at 14 early in the second quarter here at Carl Fell Stadium. Van Thanevong resetting Michael Stevenson. And they're not going to get the play off. Going to be a delay of game. A lot of confusion by that offense.
Dead ball.
5 yards back
Leg
up.
game. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
15.
Still first down.
There's a good look at our official tonight. One of them. We'll tell you who the officials are after this play. 1st and 15 for the Bulldogs. They start this third drive of the night. Van Thanevong will hand it off to Armentrout around the left side. Armentrout gets up across the 20. 2nd down and 12 upcoming.
Here's our officials. You can see them yourself. Referee Chris Baker, umpire Todrick Davis, head linesman Joe Goycochea, line judge Bill Kane III, back judge Brian Bennett, and the center judge is Paul Melcher.
So 2nd down and 13. Van Thanevong. Oh, almost a really good catch. Carter Cornelius came back for it. Just couldn't haul it in. Good defense by the Hawks.
Yeah, and a good effort by Carter right there. If you notice, when we just read those now, it used to be 5 officials.
I was getting ready to ask you.
We now have 6.
Was that last year was the first year for that?
It was some places yes, some no. Okay. So now I think it's pretty much everybody's going to have 6.
Van Thanevong back to pass on 3rd down. Looking, he's got a man. Oh, it's just through the hands of his intended receiver, Dylan Armentrout, and the Bulldogs will have to punt.
Yeah. Tough completion right there on the run and the receiver, Armentrout. Another good effort, though.
Yeah. So, Shu, as an official yourself, or you were a baseball umpire for many years, with crews of 6 like this, and as many games that go on around the state, there have been over the last several years a shortage of officials. That's got to be difficult for assigners and athletic directors to find 6 officials every home game. Yeah,
and they've even talked about, Jared, as you see the punt down there, a situation where going to start playing football games, more of them on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, because you're not going to have enough officials at some point. I like the 6, especially with the referee in the back, along with the center judge back there, because you can watch each can watch a side of the field. And there's a lot to go on. Officiating football is not easy.
Right.
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on. 22 guys out there and a lot of moving parts.
And we have a whistle and a timeout. The Bulldogs will take the timeout tonight, the first one of the night.
And let's say and give a big shout out to Larry Tipton, Buffalo Wild Wings, and the crew for great food, great service, and the best sports viewing in town. It's all at Buffalo Wild Wings in the Plaza Shopping Center on North Memorial Drive in Lancaster.
Let's take a look at the schedules for these two teams. We're early in the season, just week number 2. There's the Hartley Hawks schedule.
Yeah, it's a really tough schedule. I mean, but they should play a tough schedule. They have a good program. We talked about their success in the playoffs. I mean, they go to Chaminade down near Dayton next week, who's always good. You've got McNick, Lima Central County, Watterson, we know who's good. DeSales, we know who's good. And you know, it's just one of those things that they're going to play a tough schedule every year.
Did you see where Coach Day's son, freshman quarterback at DeSales, already getting looks D1 after his first high school game last week?
Yeah, don't remind me. That was my old high school. That he threw a pass with like 35 seconds to win the game.
Wow.
Tri-Valley outgained him
right.
390 to 120 yards and lost the football game.
Unbelievable.
So I know Coach West, he was one of my basketball players. He'd be a little disappointed after last week. But you know what? You have to go back to work. Pin your ears back and get back out there and get at it.
We saw his team last year against this Bulldog team.
It was a heck of a game.
Yes, it was. Up in Dresden. 2nd down and 6 coming for the Hawks. Galich will pitch it back.
Yeah, that wasn't quite right.
No, something was weird about that.
He had about a 2-foot pitch.
Yeah.
That's not a pitch.
That was to Rory Ralston. We've seen both teams a couple times tonight with just a little bit of miscommunication, a little bit of, running into each other on plays. It's expected early on, but I'm sure from the coach's standpoint, they're like, we got to clean this up in a hurry.
Yeah.
Because our schedules do not get any easier.
Not at all.
3rd down and 5. Coming from the other side is Ryan Perry, and a good job by the Bulldog defense diving in at the legs. That was Broden Bishop to stop him short of the first down right at midfield. So 4th down and 2. We'll see what the Hawks elect to do here. So after the Bulldogs were stopped,
I think they're going for
it. It does look like they're going to go for it, doesn't it?
I mean, they're kind of in the mode that if you can't get 2 yards, then we don't deserve to keep the ball.
So Robert Lathan will be lined up right behind Rory Ralston. Here's Lathan, another short pitch, and he got it.
Yeah.
That second effort, Stevenson had him wrapped up a little bit shy of the yard to gain, but he was just powering his way through.
Yeah, he got about 4 extra yards after the
did.
contact.
Yeah, but that was a dangerous cutback, guys. The cut against the grain on a short yardage play like that. It usually has running back coaches pulling their hair out. I can tell you that from experience.
Yeah.
But, you break a couple of tackles and you get the first down, all is forgiven.
Stevenson and Ball on the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Galich looks at his wristband for the play. Pitch out to his running back once again, Lathan. Lathan going to be wrapped up right about the 44-yard line.
One of the things, Carroll's defense is known for, at least what we saw a lot last year, Jared, is get to the football. And that was a pretty good example of it right there. They got to the football, they helped each other out, and you just have to play that way if you want to be successful against good teams.
Yeah. 2nd down and 8 upcoming for Bishop Hartley. Galich hands it off to Lathan. Lathan cuts back and going to be wrapped up. Another short gain on the tackle for the Bulldogs. Jaden Ball once again.
Yeah, that was like a little counter, Jared. And I tell you, Bloom-Carroll did a really good job.
Coming out of the ball game for the Bulldogs is David Mullen. He was shaken up earlier, and he's coming back out. 3rd down and 6 for the Hawks.
Well, Hartley's thrown 1 pass, so let's see if this is another opportunity where they try to make a throw.
Clock rolls down inside 7 minutes in the first half. Galich rolling out, looking to pass, and it's tipped and incomplete. I was looking to see if there's going to be a flag. A lot of contact there. What do you think, Marion?
Yeah, well, it was a little bit of contact, but I think the ball was just a little late, guys. I think the receiver for Hartley, that was Ryan Perry, ran a pretty good route. But again, I just think, just a little delay there on Galich's part. Had he gotten it out there, might have been able to complete it.
That's tough to roll out to your left and throw.
I was just going to say that, Jared.
I mean, wow.
Yeah, it is. And I've been so impressed. Anthanavong actually does a really nice job of that.
Yeah.
But it is a tall ask. When you're
Yes,
rolling, to your left as a right-handed thrower of the football.
Short punt. Will take a bounce at the 20. A Hartley bounce goes out of bounds right about the 11-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will go back on offense. So both teams, first 2 drives, scores. Third drive, punts.
Yeah, good defensive stand right there. Held them off in their territory. But now you got a long field here with 6 minutes to go. You got to execute. If you're Bloom-Carroll.
Checking some scores. Fairfield Union now leads Meg 17-0. It is Hamilton Township leading Lancaster 14-7. Amanda Clear Creek leads Unioto 7-6. No score, Adina and Fairfield Christian, as well as Bern Union Notre Dame. And Lakewood leads Liberty Union 7-3. 1st and 10 here for the Bulldogs. 6:19 to play in the first half, tied up at 14. Anthanavong. Back to pass. He has pressure. Screen pass caught by Armentrout. And Armentrout up across the 15 to about the 18-yard line. Positive yardage on first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's 6 yards. I mean, you're getting it to your best player in the backfield. We have seen a much more concentrated effort tonight for the Bulldogs to get the ball to Dillon.
Which was one thing that Coach McKinney told you. We need to get our best player of the football. Change of play at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 5. Inside of 6 minutes here in this first half. Armentrout. Boy, he had a second gear as soon as he took the handoff.
Great burst. Quick handoff, great burst by Dylan Armentrout.
Yeah. Picks up the first down. Also stop the clock.
Yeah, watch right here. Quick handoff, and look at him burst
Great job
around
by
the
that left
corner.
side of that line, too. They just blew him off the ball. 1st and 10. Armentrout checks over for the play. Anthanavong keeps it himself, and he'll pick up about 4 on the play. Stop made by number 30. That's Charlie McCall for the Hawks.
Yeah, you're right. That's 4 yards. That's adequate on first down.
Yep.
Take that.
Also keeps them honest, guys.
Yep.
All those times that they're putting it in the belly of Armentrout, you got to respect the backside of the quarterback coming up the middle.
Well, you also have to have things too, Marion. As you well know, you got to beat pressure.
Yep.
You got to have some quick things that beat pressure.
2nd and 6 for Bloom-Carroll. Handoff, Armentrout up the middle. Once again, we saw guys running into each other in the backfield.
Yeah, the spacing and timing.
Yeah.
Yep. And that hesitation of 1,001 just allows the defense to recover that quick. 'Cause
you're right.
on a block, you can't hold people for long periods of time.
Yeah. 3rd down and 6, 4:24 and counting here in the first half.
Yeah,
Tied
big
up at
play
14.
here.
Yes, it is. They've had success on 3rd down running that little screen. We also saw them run a deep ball down the middle of the field as well for a touchdown. Anthanavong looking over the middle and just overthrows his intended receiver. That was Broden Bishop. Clock stops at 4:04, 4th down and 6, and that'll bring out the punting unit for the Bulldogs. A new addition to Coach McKinney's coaching staff this year. Sean Krupla comes over from
You know, I meant to talk to him about that and didn't get a chance, but I saw that.
I know that Sean decided to step away from being a head coach. He's got a lot of stuff going on with his wife and kids, and some adoptions, and just doing some great things as a family. And wow, great job by the Bulldogs there. How about that? That's the big play they need here at the end of the half.
Well, when you have a special teams that's kind of doubting themselves, you know, you need something good to happen.
See the replay here.
I don't think it was a catch, Jared. It was a muff.
Yeah.
And you can't really advance a muff, if I recall correctly. And he didn't.
Nope.
I mean,
Coach McKinney out talking to the official.
yeah, you see the Bulldogs, they go to Jonathan Alder next week, which they always have players.
Yep.
And then you get into the league, Jared, and you know, you got your traditional rivalries and anything, but I honestly don't think Carroll's going to see anybody more athletic or more talented than these first 2 weeks.
Right, right.
And that's not taking anything away from the other teams. That's just the fact that last week with Harvest Prep and then you have Hartley, these teams are they're like regional final state semifinal teams caliber.
Marion, I know that you're pretty far away from the conversation. What do you think's the conversation there between the officials and Coach McKinney?
Well, it's hard to say. You know, I think Coach McKinney, seen some kind of, maybe some later hits and things like that going on. I'm not sure if he's maybe, telling the officials about that. Also, maybe just trying to get some communication about, what's going on with the heat and things like that. So always good to have good communication with the officials.
Absolutely.
Coach McKinney, of course, knows that.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. After the recovery of the muff punt, Thanavong on a busted play. Look, and he's got a man at the 15-yard line. That's Carter Cornelius. Cornelius still on his feet and will be taken down inside the 15 at about the 13-yard line.
That was
forward progress to the 11.
Strange play.
It was.
It's like
The
everybody
ball sat on the
froze.
ground forever.
I know, like everybody stopped.
Watch
Watch.
this.
He never handled the snap. Well, we didn't see that part of it, but he found Carter open out there.
It's like he bobbled the snap. It goes on the ground and just sat there.
It was strange, the timing of it.
Yeah. Clock rolls inside of 3.5 to play in the first half. 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
Yeah, you don't want to be in a
11-yard
hurry
line.
here.
Yeah, you don't want to give them too much time if you score here.
No, because with the backs they have, and especially Lathan, that can be one handoff and he's gone.
Yeah. Armentrout inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line.
Guys, real quick on that last play, I tell you what, any doubts that we had about the Bloom-Carroll Bulldog offensive line have to go away after that last play. To have a quarterback drop the football, pick it back up, still have plenty of time to look downfield and complete a pass like that, kudos to the offensive line. I mean, that is incredible pass protection.
I agree 100%. I mean, he had all day to throw.
Yes, he did.
I tell you, 44 for Hartley, Joseph Zhang, he's all over the place, Jared.
Yeah.
He was in on that play over there on Armentrout. They're going to come with pressure defensively.
Thanavong hands it off. Big hole right up the middle. That is Broden Bishop.
Just about a yard short.
Just about a yard short of the first down. So being up at 3rd and 1.
Well, you got to like Broden Bishop. How about that? It's big old strong safety, but he's a running back. He's a receiver.
Yep.
I said he is a Swiss Army knife.
Yes, he is.
I don't know how else you label him.
So 3rd down and 2, they'll call it. Play clock down to 17 as Thanavong gets to the huddle to give him the play. Down to 12 now.
Yeah, you don't want to get a penalty.
Play clock down to 6. Down to 4. And they get it off with 2. Thanavong takes it himself. He's close to the goal line, but he does have the first down no matter what. So the clock will stop long enough to set the down marker. So first and goal for the Bulldogs, inside the 1-yard line. Just inside the 1. Coming in for the Bulldogs is Aiden Schultz, as well as, or he comes in as a blocker, is my guess, as a timeout's going to be called. Coach McKinney will take one. Might as well use him. Or Hartley took one.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea either. You know, you got to get yourself regrouped here with only 1:18.
Tim, I think that, you know, for the last handful of years, the Mid-State League has been, the Buckeye division has been pretty much all Bulldogs. Yeah, they've had some tests.
Yeah.
But I think this year, you know, seeing Taze Valley last week give Lancaster all they could. Right now, Lancaster's in a dogfight with Hamilton Township. I mean, it's going to be tough.
Yes, it is. It goes through. It goes like that once in a while. I mean, Taze has been very good for quite a while, and actually they did. I think the referee pointed the wrong way. That timeout was to Carroll.
Okay.
But yeah, I agree with you, Jared, that, you know, you never know from year to year. And as Coach McKinney and I talked, even if you bring back a lot of guys like they have, but they also graduate a lot, people's rules change. Every team is different the next year, no matter what, even if you have returning players.
Absolutely.
It changes its, I don't know what you call it, it's description or its character.
They're wanting them to put 1:22 on the clock. Right now it's at 1:18. So it'll be first and goal at the 1. Tied up at 14, but Bloom-Carroll looking to punch in a score here just before halftime. And Thanavong will give it to Armentrout. Armentrout, he is in for the touchdown. The Bulldogs go up by 6 with the extra point from McKee to come. It'll be out of the hold of Jet Jones. And the snap of Lance Abel. No, check that. That's not Lance's left guard. Good snap, good hold, and the kick is good. No, we've got a flag, a couple flags now.
Extra point by number 27. He's good.
Both of the officials that were checking to see if it went through the uprights, both of them threw flags.
Was the point no good?
No, it was good.
Just don't know whether we're going to count it yet. Right.
The officials are talking it over. Marion, did you see anything?
I did not from this aspect, but I was listening a little more to the players. You know, it's coming to interaction there, so I didn't admit.
Both of the officials saw something because they both adamantly went for their flags and threw them into the line. So they're going to talk to Coach McKinney here. Apparently it's on Hartley, and so he's asking if they want to assess it.
Hey!
We'll see how he wants to play this here.
Oh!
Yeah, you assess it on the kickoff if you need to, but they didn't move it. Or is he going to?
Personal foul.
Oh, that'll be 15 yards.
Wow.
That's advantage because you can kick it in the end zone.
Yep. So he's going to be kicking it
from their 45.
From the Hartley 45-yard line.
Yeah, that's a big deal. I'll tell you, many moons
ago,
his
leg, he can easily get it through the back of the end zone here.
I saw a fracas at the end of a score similar to that one year, and I saw the team kicking off. There were 3 personal fouls against the other team. They were kicking off from their 15.
So why wouldn't you just go for
an
onside at
that
point?
They just booted it and it bounced in the air. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah. So McKee.
Yeah, that's the right play.
definitely kicks it through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Looks good for his stats. So the Hawks will have a minute 19 to try to drive down the field and tie this ball game up. I tell you what, Coach McKinney has to be very pleased with how his team has played and handled adversity as well. They've had some moments where it could have fallen off the rails.
Well, and like I said, you retooled as a team, and you got players who, I don't know if they don't doubt things to go, but they're never sure yet. Last year, that group was so sure, Jared. They were so.
Right.
I mean, that's just the difference in year to year, and you just got to train them.
1st and 10 for the Hawks. Galich looking to pass. Sidearm pass, slings it out to the right side. Lots of running room and lots of speed for number 5. That's Ryan Perry.
That's a nice play because you isolate an athlete in space out there.
Did you see how he threw that one?
He did.
Well, that was Mahomes-esque, guys.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's a good way, or a shortstop with somebody bearing down.
Yeah.
He slings it sidearm.
But if you listen to NFL commentators, apparently Mahomes is the only one that does that.
Yeah.
We just saw a high school sophomore do it.
Mahomes just does it so well.
Yeah. Here's Gaelic again, the opposite side this time, and it's through the hands of his tender receiver. That's Fidelia Samoja, and that's that roll out to the left, throw with your right hand. That is really tough.
That's a lot, but I tell you, the key to that was Bloom-Carroll had pressure. If you watch here, watch how much pressure he gets. No, that's the sidearm.
That was impressive.
The play before. Oh, yeah.
Oh, good block there,
Real
too.
good. No, Hartley, that's a great play for Hartley right there.
So 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped at 1:08 to play in the first half. Galich looking to pass. Good defense. Number 3 tipping that ball. That's Jet Jones getting a hand on it. And ironically, it was almost completed to Gaelic himself.
I've seen that in the NFL a few times where you get it batted back to yourself and then you get clobbered.
Well, and that's the downside to those mechanics, guys. You know, it looks pretty cool, you know, sometimes when you have to do it around the defender.
Yeah.
But when you're not coming over the top, it does give the defensive line an extra opportunity to back those balls down if they're coming from a lower release point.
Joe Burrow actually caught one of his own passes like that in high school for a touchdown.
Really?
Yeah, at the goal line. It was batted, and he caught it and dove in for a touchdown. Gaelic again, sidearm. Completes it this time across midfield, and another 1st down up across the 40 for the Hawks.
And not only is he sidearming it, Jared, he threw that off his heels.
Yeah, he's impressive.
Yes, for a sophomore, obviously to run a team of this caliber, to be a sophomore, you got to be pretty good.
This is going to be a team that's going to give people fits for the next couple years. I mean, sophomore running back, sophomore quarterback. This one's a little low.
But see, again, like you said, he's coming left. He does not have the same ability to get it on there. Yeah. It takes an awful strong arm to throw when you're running the opposite way.
Right. But for the Hawks, they'll take that, though. It stops the clock for them. 2nd down and 10.
But like I said, I honestly believe they have personnel. They could score on any play.
Yeah.
Their backs have demonstrated that with their speed and their toughness.
35 seconds on the clock. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line of Bloom-Carroll. Gaelic has pressure. Park Truex in there in the backfield. Wobbly pass at the goal line. And it is, we're going to get a pass interference in the end zone.
I'd like to see the end of that again because I think everybody has a right to the ball.
Yeah. Here it is.
Now let's see. I don't think so.
That's
well, devil's advocate here, guys. Full disclosure, but I think if you're seeing number 21, that's Bishop.
Yeah.
He didn't really make a play on the ball. You know, it's kind of one of those, not necessarily a face guard, but you know, he kind of went up with his back still to the ball, ran into the receiver. So that will get called more times than not.
So that gives the Hawks 1st and 10, all the way down to the 21-yard line. Here's a handoff inside to number 7, Aaron Shumate, and it's going to be about a 6 or 7 yard gain.
Down to 20 seconds.
Hawks will take a timeout with 20 seconds to play in the half. That'll give me time to tell you about halftime. Coming up, we'll have the halftime band show brought to you by Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, Crematory and Monuments. Family owned and operated since 1889. Check them out at funeralhome.com. The Frank E. Smith Funeral Home, respect for tradition, regard for change. The band show will also be brought to you by Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do too. The difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loans specializes in banking that revolves around you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And as a reminder, you can find live and past games on our YouTube channel. Just search for CLN, your hometown connection on YouTube, to find games and other local programming. While you're there, make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any action. And also, if you're on Facebook and Twitter, too, check us out. Those social media platforms, just search for Interface Video Productions.
Second down coming up for the Hawks. 2nd and 4 inside the 20-yard line. Just 23 seconds to play in the half. Bloom-Carroll leads it 21-14. Galich sends a man in motion. That's the man that takes. Oh, he loses the football. Jaden Ball, what a job by Jaden Ball. He came all the way around and was just trailing him and almost fell on the football.
Well, they were going to go for that inside handoff again, Jared, where you influence one way and hand it off to get loose the other way, and he broke that up.
Jaden Ball is 6'5", 303, but he's fast. He showed it right there.
Yeah, guys, Jaden Ball has played a heck of a football game tonight on both sides of the ball. He's doing a great job. The whole offensive line, really, as I said before, has done an incredible job on pass protection and whatnot. But again, on the defensive end, he's made a few plays in the backfield like that.
You don't have any trouble finding him when he's out there.
He's a big boy.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. So it'll be 3rd down and 9 for Bishop Hartley. Scoreboard showing they still have 2 timeouts left.
I think that's correct.
Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so. Because what we've had is we had first downs to stop the clock for them.
Oh, there was one that we thought they called. But
and Carroll called
it. It was actually on,
Yep. Well, this is big, especially for Carroll, I believe, momentum-wise. If they can get any kind of a stop or force them into a field goal attempt, Hartley, like I said, I think they can score on any play.
Yeah.
They have that ability.
They're resetting the game clock to 18 seconds rather than 15 seconds. Wait, what? They called that an incomplete pass?
I think because he was going forward. That's a forward pass if it's going forward.
I thought he had it in
It
his
wasn't
gut,
the inside
in his belly.
handoff.
Okay.
Now, we'd have to go back and look at the play.
What do you think, Mario?
By the letter of the law, guys, I think that is right. Again, because it wasn't like, he was so off from the pursuit. It was almost like he tried to toss it to him.
Yeah.
And, again, by the letter of the law, that is a forward pass.
And I guess he really did never have possession of it. He was bobbling it the whole time. So 3rd down and 4 for the Hawks. Quick pass. It's complete. And it's going to be a 1st down and more inside the 10. And out of bounds inside the 10-yard line on the reception was Ryan Perry.
Well, that's been their best play.
Yeah.
Get the ball to the perimeter to a playmaker. Let him do his thing.
Aiden Schultz pushed him out of bounds. Gives the Hawks 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Well, it's a good job of the Hartley's line, especially on that right side, Jared, on those plays. They're getting out there quick and getting their body on somebody to create interference for the run.
Zhang in the backfield all alone, the big fullback. Galich has 4 receivers out there. He's going to lob one to the near side. And a good job defensively by the Bulldogs out there. That's number 5, Carter Cornelius.
I know that puts a cornerback on an island out there, but the fade is such a low percentage play.
Yeah.
And
he just didn't get enough air under it.
Well, you got to have Randy Moss or somebody like that out there that can jump up and snag it, you know. Terrell Owens or somebody's
Jamar
got size.
Chase.
Yeah. Well, and
Well.
so the kids would know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you're talking.
Yeah, I'm dating myself here a little bit.
Yeah. 7 seconds on the clock. Again, Zhang in the backfield. He's going to be a blocker for Galich. Over the middle, tipped and almost intercepted. Still 3 seconds, so probably the last play here. And they're going to bring on their field goal unit to at least get some points. But a good job by the Bulldog defense to hold him to at least a field goal attempt.
I think that's a win for Carroll, honestly, defensively.
Yeah. So Bjornsson comes on to kick a field goal. It'll be officially a 24-yarder. And the Hawks call timeout.
I think they were short a guy, guys.
That's not good.
Yeah.
On a field goal attempt.
It's a good thing they caught it.
Yeah.
Early season issues right there.
So it'll be a 24-yard field goal attempt for Connor Bjornsson, the senior kicker for the Hawks. They'll try to pull him to within 4. But again, just a nice job by the Bulldogs. After the Hawks got all the way down here, they had several attempts, and Bloom-Carroll did a great job defensively.
Yeah, it's been a great first half as far as two really good teams playing here.
All right, Christian, looks like we got third down and 7 for the hospital line for extra point.
So a 24-yard attempt from Bjornsson. Good hold. Kick is up and good. So that's how we end the half. The Hartley Hawks put a field goal through to make it 21-17 at halftime. And boy, what a first half we had. These two teams are doing battle. It's going to come down to, could possibly come down to who has the football last.
Well, I think, what your conditioning's like.
Yeah.
Not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. It's going to come down to that. And Jared, really, there haven't been a lot of big plays.
Right.
I thought that was a big play for Carroll there. They turned it into a touchdown on a punt. So.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference. Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Swing into the Carriage Company and check out our sweet deals.
If you're looking for the best selection of clean, quality used vehicles, look no further than the Carriage Company. You'll feel secure with your purchase, knowing all vehicles undergo an extensive safety and service check prior to the sale. And all vehicles can be viewed online at carriagecompany.com. The Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster.
So wait!
Greetings from Fairfield DD. We begin to celebrate the much-loved fall traditions as we move into cooler weather. We hope to see you at Football Friday nights and the County Fair. As you enjoy the season of changing colors, we also want to remind you of the change we hope to see. At Fairfield DD, we pursue a vibrant community where people lead fulfilling lives and everyone makes meaningful contributions. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram to learn more about how we remain dedicated to our community.
Hi, I'm Carol Whittington, and I would like to invite you to stop by Personal Touch Party Rentals and Events, located at 1540 Hubbard Drive in Lancaster. We are a small family-owned business and have been servicing the Central Ohio and Hocking Hills area since 2003. Graduations with a personal touch, weddings with a personal touch, corporate events with a personal touch. Please call us today for all your party rental needs, 740-689-6991.
Central Ohio, home to thousands of businesses, large and small, each with owners and employees working hard to make their businesses work. We are the Savings Bank, and we're here for your business. When you call, we answer. When you email, we reply. And when you need a business loan, we get moving. Because in a market of thousands, we keep our eyes on your business. The Savings Bank.
My name is Scott Duff, and I'm the director of the Fairfield County Overdose Response Team, and I'm here today to discuss Narcan. Narcan is the opioid overdose reversal medication. Narcan saves lives. We have saved countless lives in our community by providing Narcan to those with substance abuse disorders. We would very much like you to consider carrying Narcan on a regular basis. Narcan can be obtained easily in your community by reaching out to the Fairfield County Overdose Response Team at 740-901-1598.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
What's the score? 21 to 7. Hey, go! Bye, Jacob. Bye. Bye, Jacob. Dude, way on camera for you. Wait, smile. Go. Smile, you're on camera. Your GF after? Yeah. She said, see me after the game. She's sweaty as hell from all that. What? His girlfriend was like, she's like, that's a mic. Bro, you're on the interview. I say, this is how you'll be a boss ass. Get your money. This your shoes, that's your money. This your shoes, that's your money. What is that? Bro, they got Drake on. Hey, yo, this is Travis Scott. Bro, this is not bro, I feel so bad for Alex, bro. He's dying. Yeah, no, dude, he tore his ACL in the head. Oh my god. How is he out? We should watch the games from right here. Wait, he's a senior? That sucks. I would kill him. I'm getting away from the microphone. I love Sicko, bro. Dejan should be here. Coach Kenny at? Coach McKinney. He's all the way out there. Oh, I'm trying to say hi to Coach McKinney. Let's hit a walk around. Where? I'm a little thirsty. You give me a drink? Yeah. I'll get Let's go. Me too, right? All right, bro. All right, let's go, guys. What do we get? Get some drinks. Can we come back here? Yeah.
Welcome to the high school football game of the week. I'm Jared Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker. Tonight we've got a great one for you. The Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs.
Yeah, it was a great week of practice. Even in the rain and the weather, we had a great week of practice.
Schneider, lots of running room to midfield. He's gone. Ryan Schneider down the near sideline for a touchdown for the Aces.
We have a hold on the offense, number 20. That penalty will be declined. They'll bring up fourth down.
We're going to give you this game ball here because you're a Tiberios fan of the game. And thanks for being here, Jacob.
Thank you. The Polar Bears are your OAC tournament champions. First time since 2009. What an exciting finish for the Ohio Northern Polar Bears.
And be very proud of this trophy because you've earned it.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Dagger Law, The Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina.
Welcome back to Bloom-Carroll High School, Carl Fell Stadium, where at halftime Bloom-Carroll leads Bishop Hartley 21-17. A really entertaining first half. Both these teams leaving it all on the line. But I tell you what, Shu, going to find out what they're made of here in the second half as Bloom-Carroll will start on defense. Really, even though they had a nice defensive stand, and if you're Hartley, you really wanted to get a touchdown there, they have to be at least pleased that they got some points after Carroll went down and scored the 7.
Yeah, I think anytime you score at the end of the half, it's a plus for your football team. So, but where Carroll's been defensively, I think it's also a plus for them that they held them out of the end zone.
McKee's kickoff way down to the 1 yard line is where it's taken, and a good job this time by the special teams unit bringing them down just shy of the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's the kind of play you have to have on your special teams right there. You make them drive the football here.
Yeah. So one of the things that Coach Birchfield told you when you talked to him this week about their strengths, he said obviously they're big and physical. We see that. They're excellent speed. But he said responding to adjustments. This is a point where they're going to have to respond.
Exactly. And he said it's on the fly. And he said they did a really good job last week. They had to change some things when they were playing a very good football team up at Sunbury and Big Walnut. So we're going to see here in the second half if they make a few subtle changes.
Yeah. Looks like they're changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Galich is 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Handoff, first man through right up the middle. Boy, he's just using that offensive line to boost him forward for about 7 or 8 on first down. Ball carrier was number 43. That's Rory Ralston.
Well, I'm sure that when they went in the locker room, they talked about they weren't physical enough on the offensive line. I'm sure, because I thought Carroll's defensive line held their own.
Yeah, I agree.
And I know Hartley, they expect to be the more physical team.
2nd and 2. This time it's Lathan. Only gets a yard, though, so it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 for the Hawks. Would be a huge stop for the Bulldogs if they can stuff them right here. There's a look at quarterback, or the running back, Lathan. Galich pitches it back to Lathan. Here goes Lathan across the 40 and knocked down right about the 49 of Bloom-Carroll.
It's that little short pitch. He's hurt though, Jared.
Yeah, he came off the field, didn't he?
Yeah, watch here. Just a little short pitch, and then, you know, as Marion talked about first, he cuts that back right now. Good block.
Really nice block right there. A nice cut back. Ooh, that might not be good. Galich, this time.
It's that inside.
Get it to Wimbush.
Yeah, that inside counter. Try to influence the defense one way and then come back across.
2nd and 5 upcoming for the Hawks. Wimbush stays in. Also in the backfield is Rory Ralston. Here is Wimbush, takes the pitch, follows his blocker, and gets up to 1st down yardage. And Moore almost broke free right there, but finally on the tackle was Broden Bishop.
Well, their line is really coming off the football.
They are.
They have made a point at halftime that we're going to run the ball and we're going to get a push here. Here's the play again. I mean, Jared, it's just pretty simple. A little short pitch and just follow and look at the push, keeping his feet moving. And as you said, darn near got out of there.
Yeah, he did. 1st and 10. Pitch out. This time Lathan loses it, and it's recovered by the Bulldogs. Who comes away with it? Was that Stevenson? Somebody over on the far side came away with the football.
Well, they threw a flag or a beanbag.
I think it was the beanbag.
Was it?
Yeah, Lathan came back in for that play. Let's see here.
That quick toss, just didn't handle it.
Yeah.
He let it get to his body.
That was 50, trying to get his number, give him credit for 58 on the recovery for the Bulldogs. That's Braden Spencer. Big break there for Bloom-Carroll.
Hey, that's the thing that wins football games.
Yep, you're right.
If you can get a turnover. I mean, Hartley was in the midst of a
nice
3.5 minute drive so far.
Be big right here if the Bulldogs can drive down. Time consuming and get some points on the board. Here's Bishop. Bishop with following his blockers. 1st down and more up across the 50.
Well, I tell you what was good about that run is he dealt out the punishment.
Yeah, he did.
He did not take the hit. He dealt the hit. See it again. Watch him cut inside, break an arm tackle. Now watch here, Jared.
Lowers the shoulder right here.
Kaboom. 5 yards.
1st and 10. Dan Thanavong will reset Stevenson from right to left. This time it's Armentrout. Armentrout has some running room up across the 35 and pushed out of bounds inside the 20 or the 30 at the 28-yard line.
I tell you, his feet are so good. He did something very simple there. He made watch this, as he comes through, and I know Marion can see it right down there. Watch him just change direction right there and get his shoulders squared up the field.
Yeah, that jump cut, guys, that quickness. Armentrout showed that for the last couple years, and then you add that to the vision that he just displays time after time after time. Just a great play by a great player.
There's a reason why Army is interested in him, and that's a primarily running program at Army. Vaughn right on the money. Across the 20-yard line. Catch made by Jace Rockwood. First and 10, Bloom-Carroll inside the 20. 7:50 and counting here in the third quarter. Bulldogs leading at 21-17. They just came up with a big fumble recovery. And they've wasted no time driving down the field. Vaughn keeps it himself this time. Across the 15, cuts back to the middle. Vaughn, touchdown Bulldogs!
Wow.
What a run by Ethan Vaughn.
I tell you, it was like slow motion. Honestly, it was like we were watching it in slow motion.
Yeah.
He stopped, he started, he stopped, he started.
Yeah, he did. Watch this replay here. Yeah, right there. Stiff arm with his left hand.
Yeah, but he stops.
Yeah.
Starts
Cuts
again.
back.
Slows down. Speeds up.
What a run.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Extra point is up and good. And the Bulldogs lead it 28-17 with 7:26 to play in the third quarter.
Got a player down, guys. Looks like number 36, Aiden Schultz.
Hopefully that's just a cramp. It's kind of what it looks like. Both legs. Student section getting some bubbles in the air tonight. I tell you, this crowd on this Bloom-Carroll side has been into it all night. Student section, looks like everybody in the school's here. Got an army of cheerleaders in front of us.
Pretty revved up.
Youth cheerleaders down there.
Coach Perchfield did say, he goes, listen, I know we're going to go to their place. He says, and a lot of times it is what it is, but he said they're going to be cranked up at home.
Yeah.
Their home opener got beat last week.
Right.
I mean, he said that this is a good football team with a good coaching staff,
Right.
and we're going to prepare that way.
This home crowd excited to see their team for the first time at home this year after dropping that state championship game. But, man, to make it all the way there, they lost their first game of the season, didn't lose again until the state championship game. How impressive is that in Coach McKinney's first season?
Yeah, 14 in a row in between the bookends of the state championship and your home opener.
Yeah. Check some scores while we await. As I look up at the press box, I promise I am sitting on a chair. Shoes already 3 feet taller than me, and they give him the high chair. I get the little short chair.
Well, if I
How's
get the
that?
short chair, I'll never get up.
Fairfield Union leads Megs 38-0 in the third quarter. It is Hamilton Township over Lancaster 29-21, and it's still in the second quarter, that one listed as. Unioto leads Amanda Clear Creek 19-10 in the third quarter. Notre Dame and Bern Union tied up at 6 in the second quarter. Liberty Union now leads Lakewood 17-14. And it is FCA. Fairfield Christian leads Adena. At last check on that one, it was 34-14.
I think Coach Pardon expecting to have a good team.
Tell you what, they're going to be darn good in all sport. They've got a really good class of 9 through 12, really good athletes.
Yeah, I know he was I know last year they came on at the end of the year, last half of the year, so I think they expected that to carry over.
My son Gavin is at that game tonight watching. He sent me a text and he said Danny Blair is an animal. I mean, he said he's got all their touchdowns, all their yards.
He was a good player last year.
Tough to bring down.
Yeah.
So lots of teams in our area on the road tonight, but it sounds like lots of them doing well right now. Right here at Carl Fell Stadium, Bloom-Carroll leads 28-17. They kick it off to the Hartley Hawks. Will be taken at the 2-yard line. McKee's done a really good job booming them down deep all night long. And look at this, once again, the special teams unit dropping them at the 20-yard line for the second kickoff in a row. They've definitely improved.
Now, very aggressive and very good effort right there.
I don't know if they do helmet stickers here at Bloom-Carroll, but there's going to be a lot of them getting some when they do films tomorrow morning, because they've shown a lot of improvement, especially the special teams unit, which was a question mark coming in.
Again, when you have to retool, Jared, and you have younger players, it's just different.
Yeah.
It just takes a little time to get acclimated. But what you do is you keep grinding at it, and you keep teaching the players, and they'll come around.
Gaelic to pass. It's caught by his receiver. That's Ryan Perry, and a flag comes in. That's going to be a late hit out of bounds. That's twice that we've seen that call tonight.
He waved it off, I think, Jared.
Oh, did he?
I thought. He kind of saw him. I was like, well, he anticipated.
Yeah.
He didn't wait. Yep.
No flag.
That's the right call. It is. It's good officiating right there. He anticipated.
You see the replay.
Yeah,
here.
watch here. He kind of anticipated, and there really wasn't anything there.
Yeah, it was almost like his momentum just drove him into the ball carrier, but he didn't take him to the ground or anything like that, guys. Good call.
Handoff right up the middle this time. Aaron Shumate.
And knock on wood, it's actually been a clean game.
It has. Yeah.
I mean, teams have cleaned up any pre-snap penalties.
Yep.
Like we said, Hartley was concerned about that. Carroll's not made a lot of mistakes. You know, obviously we got a quarter and a half to go.
Yeah.
I hope I don't jinx us.
Yeah, that was one of the things that Coach Birchfield told you. Too many pre-snap penalties last week.
Haven't seen it, have we?
Nope. Gaelic pitches it out. Shumate again across the 40. And he's got a first down across close to the 45-yard line. It's like tackle.
Trying to hurry it up a little bit, Jared.
Park Truex and also Tristan Britch in on that stop. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Once again, Shumate. And this time, driven backwards. Big hit there by the Bulldogs.
See the tempo they're trying to create. Coach Birchfield talked about their depth and felt that maybe with the heat they could put a little fatigue into Bloom-Carroll.
Yeah. Tristan Britch again on the tackle. Yeah, he just came in quickly and got him. Back to live action. Little scrum right in the middle as tried to run it right up the middle. Got a couple yards, but it's going to bring up a third down.
Yeah, 3rd and 5. I mean, that's what you got to make. You got to put a team that runs a wing T at least into that. But they are creating tempo here.
3rd and 5, right at midfield. Perry goes in motion. He'll take the handoff. Perry stutter steps. He's got the first down across the 45 and finally brought down right about the 42-yard line.
Yeah, really good job by Bishop forcing that back inside, but the help wasn't there quick enough.
Yeah.
Good job by Hartley, you know, getting bodies on bodies.
Gaelic looking to pass. He's got pressure. He's hit. He fumbles. Ball loose on the field. Bloom-Carroll diving for it. Still loose. Who has it?
I think Carroll has it.
I think the Bulldogs do have it. Number 3 for Bloom-Carroll has it. Now we've got flags flying everywhere. I think the Bulldogs came away with the football.
Well, we need a signal here.
We think Jet Jones came away with the recovery.
There sure was a scramble, that's for sure.
Yeah, but they still have not signaled either way.
No.
So they're going to come over and talk to Coach McKinney.
I think they're going to give the ball back to Hartley.
It does seem like it, doesn't it? Personal foul
Number 55. That player has been ejected.
Somebody's ejected. I think they ejected number 55 from Hartley. It'll be Bulldog football. 55 was ejected. We couldn't hear the official.
Well, don't they announce it usually here?
I thought so. Let's see if we can see what happens here on the replay. There was a scrum there. It was either Truex or Rockwood that came away with the football.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Rockwood comes away with it. Number 3 there, you see him, and 55's in there underneath Truex and just pushes him.
He knocked 10.
Yeah, there you go. That's what happened.
Yep.
And guys, I did hear the official tell Coach McKinney that 55 did throw a punch, so that's an automatic ejection. Every time.
He landed the punch
55.
on Park Truex, and he got tossed for it.
Yep.
Here's another flag as Armentrout runs it right up the middle for a nice gain.
Number 7, Dylan Armentrout on the carry for the Bulldogs. Goes inside. Give him.
You got to keep your composure.
Yeah.
I mean, I do like a little bit of, I don't know what you'd call, you got to have a little controversy if you're playing hard, but you got to keep your cool.
He's an offensive guard for them, 5'11", 240. He's going to have to sit now the rest of this game and
a couple more.
2 more.
He'll hear about that, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. The penalty was on the Bulldogs, so backs him up, first down and 20. They lead at 28-17 with 4:59 to play in the third quarter. Stevenson shuffles to the right side. Thanavong hands it off up the middle. Broden Bishop. Gain of maybe a yard. Second down and 19 coming up. Play clock down to 9.
Comes pressure.
And offsides on Hartley.
There's one of your pre-snap penalties.
Yep. Ralston was
Number 8, 5-yard penalty. Just looking down.
Yeah, Ralston was looking to head across the line quickly.
Yeah, they're trying to create some pressure, Jared. See if they can, force a turnover.
Yeah. Makes it second down and 14. Clock
Showing
down to
it again.
3:50 and running. Jaden Ball notices something and calling it out to Thanavong. Ethan looking to pass over the middle of the field. He's got a man, and it's tipped. Really good defense right there by number 3. That's Raylo Hogan. He did a nice job. What a great job. That looked like that was going to be 6 for sure.
It did. Had a step on him.
Watch this replay right here.
But again, good protection, Jared. See, he had him by a step.
At the last second, Hogan just threw his hand up.
Yeah.
I don't even think he saw the football. He just threw his hand up and happened to put it in the right spot. Third down and 14 for Bloom-Carroll.
Yeah, you want to gain half the yardage at least here so you get a field goal attempt, Jared.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanavong flushed out of the pocket, looking to pass, and almost picked off. And that'll bring up a 4th down for Bloom-Carroll.
Well, if you're not going to go for a field goal, you go for the play.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not. It doesn't do you any good to punt here.
This is going to be a
46-yard
attempt for Trayton McKee. It'll be Rockwood putting it down right about the 31, so a 46-yard attempt for Trayton McKee.
36.
46.
Yeah.
And a whistle and a false start. That's going to back them up even more and maybe change their mind now.
Yeah, now you might want to just try to kick it. But you got to kick it to the sideline if you do this.
Pooch it and get it down inside
You
the 5.
You got to go to the sideline. You don't want them to return it.
Yeah.
You got to pin them in.
So they did change their mind. They're going to bring out the punt unit now.
Smart play.
Yeah, that would have been now a 51-yarder.
Yeah, that's
tough for a high schooler. 46 would have been impressive.
Yes, it would have been.
So the Bulldogs are trying to pooch it down now, see if they can get it inside the 10.
You got to kick it left or right here, Jared. You can't kick it center.
But he does kick it center. High kick. Bounces straight up. It'll be down right about the 24-yard line.
So you gain 12 yards.
By Tristan McKeever. Or no, Brady Newkirk that was.
I know that Coach McKinney talked about they're really working hard at getting the punting game better. It's a big part of the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is. More than people think. I mean, the fact is Jim Tressel called it the most important play in football. If you remember when he coached, he did. Because what you're going to have to do is drive against our defense.
First and 10 for Hartley.
That's a good defensive stand by Hartley after the big play.
Yeah.
Gives them a chance to come back here.
Galich, quick pass out and intended for number 15, but couldn't handle it. Bryson Winbush brings up a 2nd down and 10. You mentioned last week that Galich was 6 for 8.
Yes.
And I noticed that all 6 of his passes were to 6 different receivers.
Yes. Well, I mean, as you can tell here, what we've seen in their passing game, you know, it's quick. Let's get the ball to playmakers on the perimeter.
Right. Pitch out comes to his running back, Lathan.
Really good job defensively.
Brought down by, looked like David Mullen making the tackle for the Bulldogs.
You know, one of the things I hear about people that are defensive-minded coaches when they talk about defending the wing T, you have to play your role defensively. You know, you don't want to inhibit athletes and players from making plays, but you have to have enough discipline to do what you're supposed to do to make it work against that.
3rd and 8 right here for the Hawks. One man in the backfield behind Galich. His pass is well over the head of his intended receiver. And that's going to bring up a punting situation for Hartley.
Well, and again, a good job by Carroll's defense that time.
Yeah, guys, and like we were talking about earlier, it makes such a difference, you know, when the offense that runs a wing T like that is able to get 3 or 4 yards on 1st and 2nd down. Last couple drives, Hartley hasn't been able to do that, and that makes all the difference in the world. Again, putting them in a 3rd down, a very unfavorable 3rd down position for their offense, makes it tough on them.
So Bjornsson to punt it away, end over end kick. Fair catch called for and taken at the 45-yard line.
Well, that's the guy I want catching him back there for me. I want Britton Bishop catching him.
Tim, we mentioned earlier that the Mid-State League, schedule for Bloom-Carroll is not going to be easy this year. Look at some of these scores. Fairfield Union leads Meigs 38-0. Yeah, Meigs is down, but Fairfield Union has been down for a little while. They're a lot better this year.
I told you that. I talked to a lot of people from over in New Lexington. Fairfield Union played well last week, tied at halftime.
Yeah. Hamilton Township is leading Lancaster right now, 29-21 at half. That's going to be a tough game.
That certainly will be.
Amanda Clear Creek right now, they're down 19-10 against Unioto, but they're, they got a nice win to start the season after an 0-10 season last year. Here's Armentrout on the carry, up across midfield. Nice gain on 1st down.
There you go. There's your 6 yards on 1st down.
Yep.
It's a big deal in these down and distance situations.
Second down and 4. Clock rolls inside of 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. If the Bulldogs can get a score here, that'd be huge. And Thanavon hands it off.
Whoa.
Bishop this time. And a Hartley player lost his helmet, so he has to come off the field for a play.
I tell you, that was the last tackle. He was going to be gone.
Yeah. Almost looked like a horse collar. Here's a Dagger Law replay of that. Watch this.
Knocked it off with his helmet. Helmet to helmet.
Yeah.
Well, Bishop and Armentrout, both guys. I mean, you talk about running backs that just deliver punishment on the defense. They've been doing it all night.
Yep. Here's Armentrout. Boy, look at those feet. They never stop. Even though he's shifting and kind of looking his way for the hole, always chopping those feet, ready to go.
Well, like Marion said, you know, we saw him enough last year because we did the drive through the playoffs, and good feet, great vision, you know, and he just gets his shoulders parallel to the sidelines and gets upfield.
Yep. Clock down inside of 40 seconds to play in the half. Or I'm sorry, in the third quarter. There's a good look there at Armentrout.
I should say, I guess, perpendicular to the sidelines, not parallel.
We knew what you meant. You weren't a math teacher, were you, Shu?
What's that?
Here's Bishop. Bishop gets the first down up across the 30-yard line.
I tell you, you got to give the Carroll offensive line a lot of credit here. This is an attacking, aggressive, fast defense.
And that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. Watch this replay.
Yeah, watch the blocking right there. Good job by Stevenson. Good job on the corner. And good hard running by Bishop. Put those together and you have a good play.
Yeah, absolutely. So we will head to the third quarter with Bloom-Carroll, the fourth quarter with Bloom-Carroll leading 28-17.
And tonight's second half scoreboard sponsor is Buckeye Lake Marina. If you're looking for a new boat, a great pre-owned watercraft, or a place to get parts for your boat, Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. More information can be found at buckeyelakemarina.com.
So 12 minutes to go in this one. Bloom-Carroll, tell you what, a couple question marks coming in, but boy, I think they've answered the call tonight.
Well, I knew when I saw the score last week, I honestly was looking forward to talking to Coach McKinney this week, because I know where he's from and what he's been around and how he coaches. And as he said, he could not wait to get back on the practice field Monday. And I know how that works. The unfortunate thing in football, you got to wait a whole week to play a game again. Yeah. But it also gives you time to reflect and to repair and correct the things that you need to correct from the first week.
1st and 10, Bloom-Carroll. Then Thanavong will hand it to Armentrout. Armentrout, wow, look at that speed. As he hit the hole, he was at full gear right there, and he's inside the 10-yard line. Wow.
That's the Armentrout
Shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, we saw last year. Here you go, Jared.
Limping a little bit as he comes back to the huddle this time.
Yeah, he's just...
Wow.
Really touchdown-saving tackle right there. Kind of got his leg a little funny. Turned there.
Armentrout, Bishop. Flank Thanavong. Ethan hands it off to Armentrout again. This time he's going to be stacked up just shy of the 5-yard line. Going to bring up a second down and goal at the 7-yard line. Taking their time. And now they will call a timeout.
Not a bad idea.
No. Tim, you mentioned the offensive line for Bloom-Carroll. I want to give them credit. They've been doing a really nice job.
Sure
They've
have.
been actually, typically your offensive line is 5 guys. They've been subbing in and out. So here's who they've got on that offensive line. Hayden Sullivan, Ethan Hutala, also Jackson Frazee, Tristan Ruckman, Jaden Stevenson, and Jaden Ball. Those guys tonight have been outstanding. And really, Jaden Ball is one of the only ones.
He's the only
return.
returner, yeah, from that last year's team. So they've done a good job. Coach McKinney, when I say he, felt like last week that they just weren't as good as they needed to be.
Yeah.
So they went back to work, and credit to their staff and their kids. You play every week out.
Mm-hmm.
Whole key is, are you getting better? Because if you stay the same, it's not going to be easy.
Well, they wanted to get Armin Trout more involved. They've definitely done that tonight. 2nd out and 7 here, or 2nd and goal from the 7. Thanavong looking to pass. He's got Stevenson through his hands. I think Stevenson was thinking about the goal line before he caught the football.
He was cashing in the points before he got there.
Yeah, he knew he had
That's
it.
okay. That's a good lesson for him right there as a young player.
I bet you he'll go back to the huddle and say, do it again. I'm not missing it this time. So 3rd and goal now from the 8.
I like the call.
Oh, I do too.
That's a nice call. Get your tight end out there in the flat. 6'4", 6'5".
Armin Trout takes it up the middle, dives for the goal line. I think he's just short.
A yard.
Yeah, by about a yard. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 1.
Yeah, you go for it. I mean, because if you don't get it, then they got to drive it the length of the field with 10 minutes to go in the game. Watch the burst again, Jared. You talked about that. His acceleration from the handoff.
Look at the hole.
Oh, it's
by the
outstanding.
offensive line.
Well, and he has great vision. He sees where the cuts are.
Yeah.
I mean, you can draw up a play, but it's easy on paper. If I have the pen last, I'll win. But in a field, he's got to make that decision.
Yeah.
He's got to read where that guy had to take his man.
4th and goal from the 1. Armin Trout again. Oh, I don't know if he got it. I think he's short. Inside the 1-yard line, he is stopped. But as you said, now Hartley going to have to go 99.5 yards.
Goal line. Should be a turnover on downs, but we are discussing this. So we'll wait.
So this is going to be pretty tough for Hartley. Have to run a couple plays just to get their backs away from the goal line.
Well, they don't run outside the tackles a whole lot anyway.
No.
So
So 1st and 10. Galich has his big fullback behind him. They'll send a man in motion, handoff right up the middle. He's got plenty of room to get away from the goal line, up across the 5. Close to the 8 or 9-yard line. Good run on 1st down. Trying to see who it was that ran it. Was that
43, I think.
43 this time? That's Rory Ralston.
yeah, I mean, you just got to give yourself some room now. They're at the 8, so.
Second down and 3. This time, it's going to be Lathan on the carry. Close to the 1st down. They are moving the chains. 1st down for the Hawks.
Number 12, Robert Nathan. Taken down again
Clock rolls at 9:16 to play in the ball game. So far, we have not seen a whole lot of hurry up from Hartley, and this is not really a fast.
No,
team,
in the second quarter, if you remember, they tried the tempo a little bit, tried to pick it up, but we're not seeing that now.
Galich, pass complete. Uh-oh, he's got some room and some speed. Nice job by the Bulldogs to bring him down. He did get the first down, but still a nice gain by Ryan Perry.
I mean, the thing that's hard is you got to respect the speed out there, so you can't come up too tight, but they're just throwing him out there. And like I said, they're getting good blocking out there.
Bishop lost
Watch
his helmet,
here.
so he has to come off the field.
You know, see the block right there?
Oh, yeah.
That just opens that perimeter for him to get on the sideline wide open.
So 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the 25-yard line. Gaelic back to pass, looking downfield. Lofts one out there. He's got a man. It's caught at the 30-yard line, inside the 30 to about the 20. What a pass and what a catch by Ryan Perry.
I tell you what, the throw was perfect.
That was beautiful.
You let him run under it. Now that's the first time they've gone vertical all night.
We have seen a couple of passes tonight. That one and the other one from Thanavong. Watch this replay right here.
Oh, this is sensational pass.
I mean, in stride.
Yes.
In stride.
No, you can't throw it any better.
And guys, that was a one-man route. No one else was even in the pattern.
Nope, nobody.
Yep.
And he was double covered.
Exactly.
Uh-oh, lost the football.
Yep.
Bulldogs have it. Coming away with the football for the Bulldogs is number 36, Aiden Schultz. What a play for the Bulldogs defensively. I want to see the replay, see who stripped it. Somebody got in there and got a hand on it, and then Schultz was right there to dive on it. But that was the turnover that the Bulldogs needed.
Well, you know, Hartley's turned it over tonight. When you turn the football over, you're not going to win.
Park Truex was the man that hit him first and forced the fumble. Great job by the Bulldogs. So Truex causes the fumble. It's recovered by Aiden Schultz, and the Bulldogs take over.
No, you don't want to get terribly passive here. You want to still play.
Truex, a 6'2", 225-pound junior. First year he's played football since 8th grade. Not much there on first down.
Why is the clock stop?
Not sure. There's a penalty. Okay.
There's a flag?
Yeah, I didn't see it, but the official was just calling it.
I don't see a penalty.
I don't either.
Why is the clock not winding? Oh. Okay, here they're calling it.
Yeah, he wrestled him to the ground. That's a hold on Bloom-Carroll.
Is that Ball?
Yeah, it was Jaden Ball.
No.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, it was. Yep, you're right. You can block him to the ground. You can't throw him to the ground. Yeah.
So 1st and 20 for the Bulldogs. 7:30 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Thanavong just going to keep it himself and nothing there. Might have been a busted play there. He looked a little confused when he took the snap.
Yeah, that didn't look right.
Yeah, I think him and Armitrot weren't on the same page there as they talked to each other.
So 2nd and 20 here. Clock continues to roll. And Thanavong will send Stevenson in motion, shuffles in front of him. Here's Armentrout again, spinning his way up near the 20-yard line. And Hartley, I believe, going to call a timeout.
That's a good call.
I think they did.
No, there was a player with a helmet off.
Okay. Man, we've seen that a lot tonight.
Yeah.
You know, you had asked me that question earlier, Jared. You know, the one thing I didn't think about, back in the day, we used to have those pumps. You'd stick, you know, in the back of your helmet and pump it up if you were having an issue like that. I don't know if they still do that.
That's a good question. Imagine pumping your head up.
Van Thanenbaum pressured, gets away from it. There's a flag coming in. Gets the pass away, and it's incomplete over on the far sideline.
That's probably
going to be a hold, yeah. When you have that much time and you're scrambling that much, most likely that's a hold. Yeah. Second holding penalty on the Bulldogs in this possession.
Like that might have been a holding on
the I say you take it. Oh, no, because it's fourth down. Yep.
So Bloom-Carroll will punt.
And 6 minutes is a long time. That's a half a quarter.
Yeah.
You still got to play.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've gotten a little sloppy here. You know, when you get the holding calls, it just puts you in a tough spot offensively. They had two in that possession.
Oh, not a very good punt. Kind of shanked it to the right, and it's going to roll out of bounds right about the 36-yard line.
Brody, this is punt goes out of bounds to the 35-yard line. Looks like the Hawks.
So Hartley will go back on offense.
Yep.
Trailing at 28-17, 5:53 to play in regulation.
Yeah, Bloom-Carroll's going to ask their defense to do it again.
Yep.
They've done it so far here.
They played really well.
Second half. But they're going to ask them again to buckle up and get a stop.
Yep. Galich back to pass. Hits his man out there. That's Perry. Oh, he takes a hit.
That's how you swarm to the ball.
David Mullen comes in. Somebody had him wrapped up around the legs, and Mullen comes and finishes him off. Bring up a second down and a couple.
Tell you what, they gave him a lot of space though, Jared. There was nobody near that pass.
Yeah.
You can see it here.
I said that was Mullen, but actually that wasn't. That was, who was it? Oh, it was Bishop that finished him off. Back in live action, we've got a first down for Hartley. They get it down inside the 15-yard line, close to the 10.
Yeah, they're tempoing it now a little bit,
they're
Jared.
so fast that the chain gang can't even keep up. Pitch to the right side. He's going to be wrapped up at the line of scrimmage by Truex and wrestled down right there. And now we've got a whistle and a stoppage as we have an injury on the play for Hartley.
I think it's a Carroll player.
Oh, it is a Carroll player, yeah. That's Stevenson. So he'll come off the field with the trainer and his head coach. Clock is down under 5 minutes to play.
Hey, Hartley's down to their last chance. They know that. They're coming out swinging right now.
Yeah.
You got to match the effort if you're Bloom-Carroll on defense. Because one thing Hartley's not going to do is they're not going to surrender.
Right.
There's not a chance.
After this possession, see what happens in this possession, but we'll get to our players of the game. We'll do one from each team tonight. Been so many playmakers tonight. It's going to be tough. They're not making it easy on us, Shu.
No, not at all.
Galich rolls out, looking to pass, has pressure, and it's low, but a good catch by his receiver.
No, that's not a. It's better if he wouldn't have caught it
Right.
because the clock's going
Right.
to run about 30 seconds off.
It's a good catch, but not the best decision to catch it.
You can't tell players not to catch it. I
True.
mean, that would be unbelievably aware. At the gain, the line of gain.
Apparently.
To 27.
Yeah, it looks like the 27-yard line is where they'll spot the football.
And that's kind of where the yardage was gained, right?
Yeah.
You know, lost in all the scuffle and all that, guys. Dylan Armitrout is still down on the sideline. Yeah, you may not be able to see it behind all the players. But yeah, he is down. At first, I just thought it was a cramp. He was getting stretched out, but he's been down there for quite a while.
There's a handoff up the middle. Not much there. Sherman was the ball carrier. Second down.
Surprised they haven't called timeout.
I am too. I really am. I mean, they have 3 of them left.
2nd and 3. So what they got was the yardage, but it didn't change downs.
I don't know.
Well, I think what happened is you go back 5 plus 15, and that's where they ended up.
So 2nd down and 3. Under 3 minutes to play in the game. Van Thanavong hands it off to Bishop, and Bishop goes out of bounds. That's what he didn't want to do, but he did get the first down.
Yep, that's big.
Yes, it is. Definitely big. Now they're going to have to use their timeout.
Yes.
Armentrout still down over on the side. Now it does kind of look like they might be working out a cramp.
Yeah, they just had their little massage roller out, guys. And again, I was a little nervous because I thought that, again, he was down there for quite a while. It may just be a monster cramp there.
Tom Russo is right on it with the camera. Look at that. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. There's a handoff right up the middle. Bishop on the carry. Up to the 39-yard line.
Yeah, you got to secure the ball.
And now a Hartley player is slow to get up. They are still not calling their timeouts.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, I am too. 2nd and 5. Actually looks more like 2nd and 4. Van Thanavong drops back to the shotgun. Here's Bishop. Oh, no, check that. It was 36.
Sports fans, I would like to give one
That's
last
Schultz.
big shout out to tonight's platinum level sponsors.
Bring up a 3rd down and 3. And now, finally, they call a timeout with 1:40 to play in the ball game. That'll give us time to name our players of the game. Shu, which one do you want to go with first?
Well, I think Marion, let Marion give us the Hartley.
I see what you did there.
Let Marion give us the Hartley.
So, Marion, I'll give you a couple seconds to think about it as I read the sponsor here.
Go ahead, please.
Our Bishop Hartley player of the game tonight brought to you by Bay Food Market. Stop in at Bay's and check out their weekly gourmet burger and brat selection and shop their full-service fresh meat case. Bay Food Market at the corner of Walnut and Maple Streets in Lancaster since 1932.
Well, guys, again, it's a tough one because, you know, we've had quite a few playmakers tonight. Again, unfortunately for Hartley, a lot of that's, you know, been, you know, negated by their own mistakes. But, you know, I'm going to go with the quarterback, number 17, Matt Galich. You know, he's played really well tonight. You know, there has been, you know, some times where, you know, drive stalled out, but he's been very accurate throwing the football, made an incredible throw down the middle there as we saw in that long one. Unfortunately, they turned the ball right over on the very next play, but again, doesn't really reflect on the effort that he's given tonight. I think he's done a great job. I'll give him the player of the game.
I think I agree with
that. I agree.
Yeah, good call, Marion. Matt Galich, the sophomore quarterback for Hartley, is our Hartley player of the game, brought to you by Bay Food Market. We'll get to the Bloom-Carroll player of the game after this play. 3rd down and 2 for the Bulldogs. Van Thanavong will hand it off to Bishop. And he did not get the first down. Our Bloom-Carroll player of the game, brought to you by the Carriage Company, located at 1031 North Memorial Drive in Lancaster. Learn more at carriagecompany.com.
Well, I mean, they've had a lot of players really impactful, I thought, tonight. Jared, I'm torn between 2 players.
I probably can guess the two
But I'm going to go with Broden Bishop because
I
I'm
agree.
telling you, I've said a lot all night about him, but he stands out.
I agree.
You don't have to know anything about football and come to the game, and you'll know who Broden Bishop is. He's in plays offensively, defensively, special teams.
Right.
Blocked the field goal down here. He's done everything. And I wanted to give a shout-out to Ethan Tannenbaum. I think he has run their team offensively with poise, composure, and made good decisions also. He's played really well, but I think Broden Bishop is the player of the game for the Bulldogs.
So congratulations, Broden Bishop. He is our Bloom-Carroll player of the game, brought to you by the Carriage Company.
That's a good call, Shu. But I also got to shout out Jaden Ball. He's played an incredible game, too.
Yep, I'm with you. I'm just torn with.
For good reason.
Yeah.
They've had and Armentrout. He's played great.
Look at this, 4th and 1. Bloom-Carroll going to line up to go for it with 1:32 to play.
Well, they don't punt it very well, and they've had issues.
True.
They're going to take a knee.
Nope.
Dan Tannenbaum will run it up the middle. He's
got
got the first down.
Oh, wow.
And Hartley only has one timeout left.
I like the call.
I do too.
I was thinking about. I was going to tell you here. They've had some issues with their punting. I mean, what's the difference here? Last time they got 12 yards net on their punt.
Checking some scores real quick from other games. Hamilton Township leads Lancaster 36-29 in the third quarter. Unioto leads Amanda Clear Creek 29-10. It's Notre Dame over Bern Union 12-6. Fairfield Christian leads Adena 45-21. Fairfield Union beat Meigs 38-0. Lakewood leading Liberty Union 28-23 as the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs taking a knee to run out the clock here. And what a big, big win this is going to be for Bloom-Carroll and for Coach Jeremy McKinney.
Yeah, the big thing was second half, Jared, is Hartley turned the ball over, Carroll did not. I mean, if you want to simplify, but a really tribute to both teams. Both were really good. Carroll played outstanding in the second half.
So they're in victory formation, the formation that you want to be in if you're a head coach at the end of a football game. And the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs raise their record to 1-1 with a huge win tonight at home over Bishop Hartley, 28-17. Boy, I tell you what, when you talk to both these coaches prior to, during the week this week, and, both of them had concerns but also confidence. And I tell you what, I think Bloom-Carroll proved something tonight.
Well, like I said, they Jeremy McKinney himself is a good coach, but he has a great staff too.
Yeah.
They know what it looks like to be successful. They know how to practice. They know how to prepare. And when you take a loss like they did last week, and it was kind of sloppy, not up to their expectations, you just go back to work, Jared, and you get back on it. And Hartley's coming off of a great win over a big Walnut team that's really good. And you know what? They made mistakes in the second half. And when you turn the ball over, you very seldom have success in football.
Mariana's making his way out to the field to get Coach McKinney, to get a couple words with him. So we'll give them a chance to walk over to the near side toward our cameraman. But boy, just what a game tonight. I tell you, you had a trouble naming a player of the game, and that's because there were so many guys who did their role tonight, who played their role.
Well, that's why you have a good team.
Yeah.
Individuals are great, but it takes a team unit, and everybody's got to do what they've got to do. And I'm really impressed with their effort.
Yeah. So Mariana is down there. They're having some deep conversation down there on the field before the interview. So I think we're ready to go. Marion Royster down on the sideline with the victorious Coach Jeremy McKinney. Take it away, Marion.
Yeah, absolutely. Here with head coach Jeremy McKinney. Coach, I tell you what, night and day from last week. We were just talking about it before we went on air. You guys look like a totally different team tonight. Came out, just really established the tone early on, very physical, and look, again, completely different from last week. What do you attribute that to?
We went back to fundamentals. We went back to the basics in practice this week. So fundamentally, we weren't very good last week. So we spent a lot of time every day this week trying to clean that up and clean up our mistakes on special teams is what we're trying to do.
Yeah, the fundamentals, again, it certainly came through. Very few mistakes tonight, maybe a couple holding, calls in the third quarter. But, not only, you guys really executed, played a very clean game, and you were also able to capitalize on a lot of Hartley's mistakes. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, right? So we got some turnovers tonight that we didn't have. We weren't forcing turnovers last week. About 2 or 3, I think 3 turnovers we got tonight, and we didn't turn the ball over. So that obviously, if we're +3 in turnover margin, that's a big deal.
A lot's been made about, a lot of the changes that you've made up front. The front 7, you've changed a lot of names out, lost a lot of key players, and almost completely changed out the offensive line short of a player. But, again, tonight seems like a game where you can really build off, and particularly with the confidence that your guys know that you can go out and take it to anybody that you play.
Our guys were very disappointed after last week. We didn't feel like we went out and represented who we are as Bloom-Carroll football. So the entire week was getting back to who we are. We talked about it before the game. We talked about it at halftime. And we wanted to come out and remind everybody Bloom-Carroll football is still here.
That's awesome. I'll let you go, Coach, but I just want to say tonight your guys had such poise. I know there was a lot going on, after the plays and things like that. Your guys very rarely responded. I don't think I saw one. Didn't really get called for any of the personal fouls and things that were going on. Tells a lot about the discipline that they have and the coaching job that you guys have done.
Oh, I appreciate it. We have a great staff. Our assistants are amazing, and we have great kids here. So that's just how we do stuff.
You can tell. Excellent character. Congratulations, Coach, on the win. Take care. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Marion. And boy, I tell you what, Coach McKinney, a humble guy, but he knows that this is just one win. Still plenty more they want to get this year.
Now, a season is building.
Yeah.
Jared, you've been through it as a coach. You build.
Yep.
And you start somewhere. I had an old coach tell me a long time ago, and you coach them, you teach them, you get them to be seniors, they graduate, and you start all over.
Yeah, that's true.
They said that's what you do. So that's building a team. And Coach McKinney's got some different faces, different numbers, and different people there, but they did an awful lot of good things tonight. And I saw a lot of fight in them.
Couldn't ask for a better way for us to start off our broadcast season with Bloom-Carroll in a tough, hard-fought battle, but a nice victory for them tonight, 28-17 over Bishop Hartley. Going to be a fun season for us. Lots of good football on the way, I think, from the area. I think with some of the scores I've been mentioning tonight, there's some teams that can play some football in our area this year.
It's always fun and a privilege, Jared, to get to do it and always enjoy it.
Marion, great job tonight. I tell you, you're sweating tonight, but by week 10, you may be in a parka. Just remember that.
Yeah, right. So I won't complain very much about the heat tonight again because I'll take it over the cold as we get later on the season. But, you said it, Jared. Just a great way to start the season off for us, for Interface Video tonight. Again, beautiful night to play football. The crowd was rocking. Just a great environment. And area team Bloom-Carroll looked really good tonight. A lot that they can build on for the rest of the season. And things look like they haven't missed a beat here for the Bloom-Carroll Bulldogs.
Well, that's going to do it for us tonight from Carl Fell Stadium at Bloom-Carroll High School. Once again, your final score, Bloom-Carroll victorious over Bishop Hartley as you see the guys running toward the victory bell. 28-17 over Bishop Hartley. For all of our Interface Video Productions crew and Marion Royster and Tim Shoemaker, I'm Jared Stewart. Have yourselves a great night, everybody.
IVP Sports presents the Buffalo Wild Wings High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Buckeye Toyota, Bay Food Market, Fairfield County Adam H., the Savings Bank, Sheridan Funeral Home, Fairfield Federal, Fairfield DD, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Dagger Law, The Carriage Company, Personal Touch Party Rentals, North Body Shop, Fairfield Medical Center, and Buckeye Lake Marina. This has been an IVP Sports production.